normal cells. Okay, because if you apply the subtasking, as I have mentioned, you could have chosen plant only or animal cell. Okay, what I'm trying to say is, in this one lesson, there are so many concepts that you are going to present to the students. And if you're going to connect that, if you recall the information processing theory, di ba, pila man lang concepts ang ma-absorb sa mga kabataan, sa mga estudyante natin in one lesson. Otherwise, if we give them too much, then it would become cognitive overload, or sa inyo term, information overload. So we have to think of subtasking, which is very important. That is actually the beauty of the K-12 curriculum. Because in the previous curriculum, there are so many things that the students are supposed to learn with little time. But in K-12, hindi congest na. So meaning, like in 3 weeks, if you're going to teach this competency alone, it would be very impossible. Hindi natin mapaalam ang estudyante sa amoni. Okay, so simplify the lesson. That's the main point. Number 2, I am very familiar because if you get your activity in the exploring the internet, right? What I found is it's very good kay you modify the activity to suit your lesson. Okay, but what I would like to suggest is like in activity in stations 5, 6, and 7, I think it's already, or they will be suited na to belong in your explain and elaborate part. Okay. So like, kung nag-go through, nigid siya, ay pwede na to ang sa write it up, assess it, di ba? Assess it, where should it belong?
Sa evaluation.
Could it be in the evaluation na phase? Right? Okay. No. So that's it. Please remember that when you make a daily lesson plan, you need to remember the subtasking so that you will not be giving your students so much. Okay, like kung damdamo, alam mo nipatan, walang nalila. Okay, so because K-12 is more on the quality rather than quantity. Okay. Please remember that. That's all.
Okay, so I'd like to say congratulations still for having come up with this lesson plan and your demonstration this morning. Now, I'd like to start my feedback with your objectives. How many objectives did you draft? In my copy here, I have 2. Number 1 is missing. Did you have number 1? Number 2 here is identify and describe the structure and function of cell organelles. So it's moved up to 1 and 2 only. I have 1, 2, 3, but number 1 is missing. So you only drafted 2 objectives. Identify and describe, and then compare and contrast.
Wala number 3.
Participate actively in class discussion. That is quite like vague, right? It's not easy to measure, and it doesn't answer much to the subject matter. Now, in your objective 1, which is identify and describe the structure and function of cell organelles. While I was listening to your discussion, I could not find where it actually took place, because it was the teacher who gave the description of the function through the riddle game. The riddle game actually was a very interesting kind of activity, and congratulations for having thought of that. But the implementation is more on teacher-centered, because the function of the cell organelles, the functions were stated already, and they'll just have to identify the part. So it's more on identifying the part there, not the function itself, because if they were to identify the function, it will be coming from them. Remember, it's supposed to be the learners who should be able to do these things and not the teacher. So we will have to devise ways, as teachers, we'll have to devise or plan out how we will be able to draw out these skills or these knowledge from our students. And the second one, compare and contrast. Where did that happen? In which part of the lesson did the students compare and contrast? In the?
Engage.
Did it happen in the engage? You asked these questions, right? So did they answer here?
Using the Venn diagram.
See the Venn diagram.
In the Venn diagram. Okay. So as early as engaged, they were able already to achieve this. Okay, so how about in your stations? What are they supposed to achieve here in the explore part, where they were actively participating in their own learning? So maybe you should have thought of another objective there, right? Okay, now speaking about the station, the activity in your explore, where you had these stations, again, it's a good thing, no? It's interesting to have this activity where you allow your students to do some hands-on learning. It's like experiential learning where they would really actively participate in Watch It. So they will, in the video here, is the video provided already with
Yes.
the teacher? Yes, so that is
Using
good.
they are going to bring their phones, using their phones, because if there's no available laptop or computer inside the classroom, they can use their phones. They will just scan.
So we are assuming here that they have load.
They have cell phones.
They have data, they have cell phone, there's connection.
Oh my God.
So it's an urban setting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or a laptop
How about if
provided.
there's none? The teacher should download.
Yes.
Or the teacher
Let
will
them
provide a
watch
laptop
offline.
with a video in the
And not
station.
everyone has a good cell phone, has an Android, no? Okay, so if none, dapat in the station, ready na ang laptop or TV.
TV.
Okay. In research it, again, there is the need of Wi-Fi and a good cell phone connection. Also, it would have been better if the teacher has provided links to good sites. Kung hindi yun pa sila mapulukat to, manglingaw pa to sila.
Actually, ma'am, may link sila. Ma'am.
So we provide the dapat, right? Okay, but it's a good thing that they will manipulate and click sila nila, i-follow lang ang link. Hey, you said there's just 5 minutes for the whole thing?
For each.
For each station, so 7 times 5, 35 minutes. Ma-rotate ini sila, right? No, ma-rotate ini. Ma-rotate. So meaning, ang group 1 din is mauna sa Watch It. Ang iba niya sa Organize It na. Oh, ang the level up ka mo, right? So supposedly, ma-in-order siya, hindi siya rotation, ang wapya. Or else, nakauna na sila sa higher level mo na. Sila sa receiving pa lang. There is organizing. Sila na dili yung ma-create, isn't it? Oo. So we just need to, it's a good activity, but it just needs a lot of redesigning to suit your objective. Kung ano man yung objective ang i-craft ni mo diri. Right? Okay, so read it. Wow. We'll provide with a one-page reading about plants and animal cells. Okay. Is it essential or read sila dira? If they have research naman, though similar naman lang, no? But anyway, you just have to reevaluate this one. But I like the illustrated, it's more hands-on and organize it. But one important thing that we should remember when we have such activities, because this is inquiry-based, we need to process. So the teacher does not sit at the corner and sleep, but the teacher has to move around the stations, observing how the group of students work in each station? Are they doing what is expected of them to do? Now, when they are doing it right, you need to ask questions and process to verify that they are really there in that stage where they should be while they are in this station and the next one. Or else, it will all be futile na natapos ng tanan na station. So, nagalupad man lang ila pinsar, wala naka-arrange bala, wala naka-connect, naka-interconnect ang different stations, different tasks. So, it's important to really process. And how do you process? You ask questions. When they answer, you'll build on their answer to ask further questions or follow-up questions. Para hindi na mabudlay diri sa explain, kaya may input na sila, medyo verifying na lang or validating. No, hindi ka na masobrahan, kaya hindi dapat, kung inquiry-based, more is coming from the students. Right? And, okay. In your evaluation, you have there 5 options to choose from. E-portfolio, infographics, model, and video, and bulletin board. Aren't they too many to choose from? So, ang rubrics mo isa lang, i-design mo rubric. May rubric for each. So, base pala, we might be some rubrics, maybe simple, kahit simple lang man ang gina-require. Like ang video, medyo mabudlay, pero ang bulletin board, medyo hapos. What do you think? So maybe, hindi lang far apart ang degree of difficulty. So video, perhaps, e-portfolio, though ano sila, no? Though level sila, and infographics. Ang model, ang bulletin board, the level man din naman sila. So, para na hindi man dihan. Some students would choose the easier one. Pero, later on, mag-grade ikaw, kung buwa yaman sa to, lubo man niya grade. Pero wala siya sa equal footing. Alright, so, thank you. Thank you for being receptive about our suggestions. And that's it. Siguro more on higher order lang sa objective. Higher order lang higher levels of objectives sa ating taxonomy. Thank you very much.